The sky broke the night I was chosen. Not metaphorically, not poetically. It broke as if something enormous had pressed its hand against the stars and shattered them like glass. I remember standing on the roof of my family's repair shop, watching the constellations distort into spiraling fractures of violet light. The air vibrated with a low hum that sank into my bones. Every instinct screamed to run, but I couldn't move. None of us could. The entire city of Kareth froze beneath that impossible sky. Then the ships arrived. They didn't descend like anything human-made. There was no roar of engines, no fire trails. They simply appeared. Sleek, black structures unfolding into existence as if reality itself had been peeled back to reveal them. People screamed. Others fell to their knees. Some prayed. I just stared. Because deep down, I knew. They weren't here for all of us. They were here for someone. The soldiers came at dawn, if you could call them soldiers. They were tall, too tall, wrapped in armor that looked less forged and more grown. Their helmets had no visible visors, just smooth, reflective surfaces that shimmered with shifting patterns. They moved with eerie precision, scanning the crowd as we were herded into the central square. No one resisted, not because we were brave, but because something about them made resistance feel irrelevant. A device pulsed at the center of the square, projecting waves of faint blue light across us. Every time the light passed over someone, it emitted a soft tone. Most tones were dull, uniform until it reached me. The sound changed sharp, clear, almost alive. Every soldier turned. And just like that, my life stopped belonging to me. They didn't explain anything. No one did. I was taken aboard one of their ships, if aboard was even the right word. The interior didn't feel constructed. The walls pulsed faintly like living tissue. Pathways formed as I approached, then sealed behind me without a sound. I wasn't alone. There were others, dozens at first, then fewer, then only a handful. Each of us had triggered the same reaction. Each of us had been chosen. Chosen for what? A man whispered beside me once. No one answered. But we all feared the same thing. Days passed, or maybe weeks. Time didn't behave normally there. We were tested. Not with weapons. Not with strength. With present strange devices surrounded us, measuring things I couldn't understand. Our thoughts felt exposed. Memories surfaced uninvited. Childhood fears, regrets, moments of anger, moments of shame. Some people broke. They screamed, clawed at their own heads, begged to be released. They were taken away. They never came back. Eventually, only 3 of us remained, a woman named Lyra, a quiet man called Joran, and me. That was when we learned the truth. We were not prisoners. We were candidates. For what? Lyra demanded, her voice shaking. The answer came from everywhere at once. A voice not heard but felt, for communion. Joran frowned. With who? The ship went silent, then the walls opened, and beyond them was her. The alien queen did not sit on a throne. She didn't need one. The chamber itself bent around her presence, as if reality recognized her as its center. She was beautiful, but not in a human way. Her form shifted subtly, like something too complex for the eye to fully comprehend. Patterns of light moved beneath her translucent skin. Her eyes, if they were eyes, held entire galaxies within them. And when she looked at me, I understood something instantly. We were not equals. We were not even comparable. I was an insect standing before a storm. Lyra dropped to her knees. Joran followed. I couldn't move. The queen's gaze lingered on each of us. Then she spoke again, directly into our minds. You are compatible. Compatible with what? I forced out. For a moment there was silence. Then, with me, they separated us after that. One by one, Lyra went first. She didn't come back. Then Joran, also gone. Finally, me. The chamber changed when I entered alone. It felt closer, like the walls had drawn in around us. The queen hovered before me, her form shifting slightly, as if adjusting, studying. Why me? I asked. The question echoed inside my own mind, swallowed by something vast. Then her answer came. You endure. That's it? You resist fragmentation. Your identity persists under pressure. I swallowed. And what does that mean? There was a pause then. It means you can survive the joining. My blood ran cold. The joining? The chamber darkened slightly, the air thickened. And then she showed me. It was an experience. I was inside her mind. No, within her existence. Time didn't flow. It expanded, collapsed, reformed. I saw civilizations rise and fall in seconds. Worlds consumed by forces I couldn't name. Species evolving, adapting, disappearing. And at the center of it all, her constant, unchanging. Alone, I tore myself free, gasping. What was that? My memory. You've lived through all of that. I am all of that. I staggered back. And you want, what? A witness? Her presence shifted. For the first time I felt something resembling emotion. Not anger, not curiosity, something deeper. I want continuity. That's when I understood. The queen wasn't looking for a servant. She was looking for a successor. Or something worse. The joining, I said slowly. It means merging, doesn't it? Yes, and what happens to me, there was no hesitation. You become part of me. So I die. No. Her voice softened. If such a thing was possible. You persist. But you are no longer singular. That's the same thing, I snapped. It is not. It is to me. For a moment, something in the chamber trembled. Not from anger. From confusion. She didn't understand. I don't want that, I said firmly. Silence. Then, you were chosen. That doesn't mean I agree. The space around us shifted again, unstable now. Agreement is not required. Fear surged through me. Then why ask anything? Why not just take me? Another pause, longer this time. Then, because you must remain intact. My breath caught. You can't force it. No answer. That was answer enough. Hope flickered. If she needed me willing, then I had a choice. What happened to the others? I asked. The question hung heavy between us. Then, they failed. How? They fragmented. A chill ran down my spine. They lost themselves? Yes. And died? Yes. I swallowed hard. And if I refuse? The chamber grew still. Then, you will be returned. I blinked. That's it? Yes. Suspicion twisted in my gut. Why? Her answer came slowly, carefully. Because you are rare. I should have said no. I should have turned and walked away. Going back to my broken world, my small life, my simple existence. But the memory she showed me, it hadn't just been terrifying, it had been vast, beautiful in a way nothing else could ever be. And a part of me, a dangerous, curious part, wanted to understand it. If I agree, I said, my voice unsteady, can I come back? Silence, then. No, will I still be me? Another pause. Partially, that's not enough. It is all that remains. I laughed, it sounded hollow. Funny, I said. I always thought I'd be remembered for something important. Her presence shifted slightly. You will be. I don't remember making the decision, not clearly. Just the feeling of standing at the edge of something infinite and stepping forward. The joining began immediately. It wasn't physical, it was everything else. My thoughts stretched, pulled in directions I didn't understand. Memories surfaced, then merged with others that weren't mine. Voices echoed, worlds unfolded. For a moment, I was still me then. I wasn't. And yet, something remained, a thread, a fragment, a whisper of who I had been. Time passed, or maybe it didn't. It no longer mattered. Because I could see now, everything, the Queen's memories, her existence, her loneliness. And then I understood why she had chosen me. Not because I was strong. Not because I was special. But because I could endure knowing what she was. And not break. I wish I had. Somewhere far below, on a dying world, people looked up at the sky. They saw the ships. They felt the hum. They wondered who would be taken next. And within the vast, endless consciousness of the alien queen, something new stirred. Not entirely her, not entirely me, but something in between, watching, learning, waiting. Because now, we were not alone anymore. And I finally understood the truth. She hadn't chosen me to save herself. She had chosen me to make sure she would never be alone again. I was still there, somewhere buried beneath galaxies of thought, a fading voice, a distant echo. And every now and then a beast screamed, but no one could hear me, not anymore.